How you guys doing, man? Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Rundown, the Darrel Long Show, Simp Nation, hosted by me, the Simp guy, Darrel Long. Now, it's so much stuff going on in the world right now, guys. We have seven different women that I want to talk about in one, a young girl. But seven different women, seven different cities, different countries, different ages, and different circumstances all have one unique pattern. One unique pattern. So let's say their names: Ashlee Jenae, Lauren Smith Fields, Brenda Rawls, Shanquella Robinson, Sade Robinson, Naziah Harris, and Denisha Delancey. Some of these names you may know. Some of these names you may have never even heard of. And that difference, the gap between the people who get remembered and those who get forgotten, is exactly what this video is about today. Now, because I'm not going to be here for long, I am going to be doing a reaction to one video, and the video is going to be about what my brother, the angry man, had to say about this situation. I'm actually going to start there. That's the only reaction I'm going to do. Everything else is going to be my personal thoughts. Right. And shout out to the angry man because, you know, even though he's in the manosphere, he actually defended this woman in her honor, her in her memory. But as always, he is going to be looped in like I was looped in to the men who allegedly we just want to see women as slaves and we hate women. So the first thing I want to talk about when we speak about Ashlee Jenae or Naziah Harris or Lauren Smith Fields or Brenda Rawls or Shanquella Robinson, black women, black girls, black elderly women, is I want to introduce the pattern. Now, again, before I tell you about each of these women, I need you to understand one number: 36%. 36%. In 2022, black women and girls made up 36% of all females reported missing in the United States of America. Do you guys understand that? Almost 50%. Black women Black women only make up about 14 to 15% of the United States population. That means that black women go missing more than 2.5 times the rate of other women in this country. And you would never know that even if you watch the news. Even if you watch the news, because just like the situation with Ashlee Robinson, also known as Ashlee Jenae, it's not being publicized. It's not being put on, CNN, MSNBC. There is a name for this type of situation. Researchers call this missing white woman syndrome. Google it. Missing white woman syndrome. And this is the documented reality that when a white woman goes missing, cameras show up, politicians speak, and for the most part, the nation holds its breath waiting for the outcome. When a black woman goes missing, well, it's the exact opposite. This isn't a theory. This isn't bitterness. This is a measurable, documented, deadly disparity. And today, the same God, I am going to walk you through 7 cases that prove exactly what I'm talking about, and then show you why this keep happening. And also, what I'm going to do is I have to put this out here. What happened to Ashlee Jenae is not black men's fault. Let me make 2 statements right now. Black men who are weaponizing Ashlee Jenae or Lauren Smith Fields or any divesting woman, if you're weaponizing their death against black women, then you are wrong. But black women, if you are also pointing the finger at anybody else except the white man who allegedly took this woman's life, then you are also wrong. You also play a role in our divisive community. Okay. I was gonna make sure I make that very, very, very clear. So I should have kept the pictures of them up, but it's in the thumbnail. I'll edit this into individual people. But let's start with Lauren Smith Fields. Now, for those who have actually been around me for a while, I actually took great offense when I was reading this video. Sorry, I was watching this video of Tisa Tales, and she was saying black men don't give a fuck about black women. These niggas don't. And I'm thinking, like, what am I working for? What am I doing this for? Because way before Freezy started sucking Anton dick and got Tawana on the channel, me and Tawana did a video 3 or 4 hours long breaking down Lauren Smith Field case. I showed my wife the emails between me and the mayor of Bridgeport, Connecticut. And this was back in 2022, a few months after Lauren Smith Fields was found dead in December. But what am I doing this for? Oh, another name, Brenda Rawls. Y'all only gonna hear Brenda Rawls' name brought up here because she not an Instagram bad bitch. She was a 53-year-old woman that died basically the same day, or maybe the day afterwards, but I believe it was the same exact day that Lauren Smith Fields died. Everybody, all the women online talking about the bad bitches, the niggas online talking about the bad bitches. Nobody talking about Brenda Rawls. So I guess I'm gonna have to do what I always do, is simp and be nice and get little to no reciprocity from fucking women. I feel like Tupac, when Tupac said he made keep your head up. Go back in the interview and go watch and see what he said. Keep your head up, #1 rap song in the country. These niggas don't make songs about uplifting bitches. Lauren Smith Fields. Lauren Smith Fields, Bridgeport, Connecticut, December 2021. Lauren was 23 years old. Lauren met a man named Matthew LaFontaine on Bumble, which is a popular dating app. 3 days later, he was at her apartment, and the next morning, she was pronounced dead. The police arrived. They questioned Matthew LaFontaine, and within hours, they cleared him, quoting, and I'm quoting the sheriff right now, saying, he was a very nice guy, so we let him go home. Okay, end quote. Lauren's mother, Lauren Smith Fields, her mother did not know her daughter was dead and was not notified by police officers that her daughter had passed away, despite them actually going over the crime scene. The parents, Lauren's mother, actually found out from the landlord. The landlord had written a note saying, hey, if you ever come here, call me so I can tell you what happened to your child. 2.5 weeks before investigators processed key evidence from the crime scene, the brothers, 2 black men, child, Who would have known? Who would have known? Two black men went to the crime scene, and eventually they would find sedative pills, a used condom filled with semen, and pillow sheets and bed sheets riddled with their sister blood. With their sister blood. And they say she died from overdosing, but blood was everywhere. I'm just here giving y'all the information. Okay. When the family, the two brothers and the mother kept calling, asking questions, fighting for answers, a detective told them to stop calling and eventually hung up the phone on them. But here's something that, again, most of you guys don't know. The same exact day that Lauren Smith Fields died, another black woman by the name of Brenda Rawls died. 53 years old. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard of the story of Brenda Rawls. She was found dead in the same exact city, Bridgeport, Connecticut, on the same exact day as Lauren Smith Fields. Her family also had to find out on their own. They was never reached out to by the police. That same police department, that same silence, that same failure. But this is, again, I can show you guys the emails and I post it on my community wall. But Brenda Rawls was a 53-year-old woman. She wasn't online in bikinis. She wasn't taking elaborate trips. And somehow nobody knows how she died. Two black women in the same fucking day. Zero accountability in the same city, Bridgeport, Connecticut. And nobody knows what the fuck happened to either one of them. Lauren Smith Fields, her death was ruled as a accidental overdose. No charges was ever filed by Bridgeport, Connecticut. No charges was filed against Matthew Lafontaine. And the world has all but basically forgotten Lauren Smith Fields, and nobody talk about Brenda Rawls because, putting her on thumbnails don't look good. You can't talk about how she looked good in a bikini. She was just a 53-year-old black woman that went missing, paid taxes for paid taxes her whole fucking life, only to end up dead and have her own people forget that she existed. Shanquella Robinson. Shanquella Robinson, while on a trip to Cabo, also known as Cabo San Lucas, in Mexico. October 2022, Shanquella Robinson was 25 years old. She was a known businesswoman, a hairstylist, like my friend Nay. Someone called her mother. Someone called her mother and said, "Hey, your daughter is gone." She went to Cabo with 6 of her friends, alleged friends, on a birthday trip, which was supposed to be a celebration, and she came home in a casket. Her friends, alleged friends, told her mother that she died of alcohol poisoning. That's how disingenuous them motherfuckers was. The Mexican autopsy found out that Shanquella Robinson allegedly had a broken neck, a severe spinal cord injury. The time between the injury and the death, the autopsy report said that it was approximately 15 minutes between her spinal cord breaking and her dying. Lala says black women are not protected. I try to do my best, Lala. Maybe I'm not the simp guy. Maybe I'm just a simp. I try to do my best, but it's just not working. The Anton Daniels of the world, All these other people, they have black women attention. I go to all these channels, no matter if it's Your Trigger or if it's Lovely T, they talking about only bad black men. I never hear them talking about men who want to protect black women and what they're doing to support those men. But I actually agree with you. Outside of my own personal feelings aside, black women are not protected. Who is going to protect them? Jewish women know that they can rely on Jewish men. Hell, for the most part, every other race of women can. Why can't black women rely on us? Is it just because we ain't shit? Or is it a deeper conversation to be had? You tell me. Continuing on though. When a video surfaced on social media, the world got to see for themselves a naked black woman in Shanquella Robinson being brutally beaten in a bedroom. Her mother watched the video, as we all watched the video, and was horrified, recognizing and eventually identifying her daughter. Shanquella Robinson's mother goes on to say it was never a fight. She didn't fight. They attacked her. Her alleged friends. The group left Mexico a day earlier. They told no one. Just like Joe McCann left Africa when Ashlee Jenae died, told no one. Mexico eventually investigates this situation as femicide and issue arrest warrants. The FBI then will investigate and announce on April 2023, even though the death happened October 2022. The FBI announced that there will be no federal charges in the Shanquella Robinson case because due to insufficient evidence. Shanquella Robinson friends who went to Cabo with her are free in America right now as I do this live stream, enjoying fucking Starbucks, enjoying flat screen TVs, electric cars, freedoms. Give me a second. Sade Robinson, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a place that I always dwell in. I'm always in Milwaukee. I love Milwaukee. I love Chicago. Man, I love Milwaukee. I love Chicago so fucking much. Put nothing but money in my pocket. Even when I'm looking back and I got things that get on my last fucking nerves, when I'm in the cities, I feel like a fucking king. And somebody help me pronounce the name. Is it Sade Robinson or is it Sade or Sade Robinson? Somebody let me know. This young lady was 19 years old. She was weeks away from graduating with her degree in criminal justice. She wanted to protect people. She went on a first date with a white man named Maxwell Anderson. Remember, she's 19. He's 33 years old. Probably Sade like the singer, I agree. Maxwell Anderson, this white man, is 33 years old. She's 19. They meet at a bar. They have dinner. They go back to his apartment. She was never seen alive again. That drink in the bar, the footage of her in the bar with him having a drink, is the last footage we have of her alive. We're talking about Sade Robinson, Milwaukee, April 2024. In the days and weeks that followed, her dismembered body parts were discovered across Milwaukee, all across the Milwaukee area. Prosecutors said that Anderson photographed her while she lay incapacitated, unable to resist, face down on his crotch. Did I say crotch? I meant to say couch. Couch. Face down on his couch in his apartment. And that's where he killed her. Then Maxwell Anderson took Sade and he cut her body up and scattered her pieces, and he set her car on fire. Maxwell Anderson had a criminal history going back to 2014. Domestic abuse, drunk driving, disorderly conduct. It didn't stop him from going on dates and seducing black women. It didn't stop him from having access to a 19-year-old black girl that, from my understanding, right? It's another thing that they leave out, right? Now, I'm just a black man, so I probably don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I'm going to go to Gemini. Gemini, what's the legal age to drink in Milwaukee, Wisconsin?
The legal drinking age in Milwaukee is 21. However, Wisconsin law allows individuals under 21 to possess and consume alcohol if they are accompanied by a parent, guardian, or spouse of legal drinking age.
Oh, so I can be 21 or I can be 33 years old and I'm dating a 19-year-old. And in Milwaukee, based on what you just said, Milwaukee or Wisconsin law will allow this individual under 21 to possess and consume alcohol as long as they're accompanied by a spouse.
That is correct. Wisconsin law allows someone under 21 to consume alcohol if they are with their spouse of legal drinking age. However, individual bars and restaurants can still refuse service to the underage spouse at their own discretion.
So in a situation like, I don't know, Maxwell Anderson and Sade Robinson, was he really doing something illegal by buying a 19-year-old a drink?
Yes, it was illegal. While Wisconsin law has a parent, guardian, or spouse exception, it does not include boyfriends or dates. Because Maxwell Anderson and Sade Robinson were not married, he was legally prohibited from purchasing alcohol for her.
Just out of curiosity, so if he was married to her and she was an 18-year-old, he could have taken her to a bar and hypothetically gotten her a drink legally?
Yes, hypothetically, if they were legally married, he could have purchased her a drink in a bar under Wisconsin law.
The law doesn't protect women. Even the law doesn't protect women. I be in Wisconsin, all y'all didn't know that. In June 2025, Mr. Anderson was convicted on all accounts, and he will die in prison for what he did to that beautiful black woman. Parts of Mrs. Robinson's body has still not been recovered by Wisconsin police force and by Milwaukee Public PD. That's how bad he did her. Let's go over to my hometown, Detroit, Michigan. Child. Detroit, Michigan. 13-year-old Naziah Harris. Naziah Harris, January 2024. She got off her school bus January 9th, 2024, and she never came home. Unfortunately, her auntie, right? Her auntie, and I say this because she met a man named Jarvis Butts, right? Jarvis Butts met Naziah Harris in Detroit. He happened to be the father of one of her cousins, right? Someone her family trusted, despite him having a sexual abuse case on his record, right? They say that she went missing January 9th in 2024, but text messages by the prosecution revealed that he had been sexually abusing her since at least 2022 when she was 11 years old. By the time she disappeared, Naziah was pregnant. I'm just going out trying to talk about everything that's happened to black women. I know I'm going to get bunched into all the niggas that ain't shit. I know we going to get bunched into the niggas that don't talk about this stuff unless we're shaming black women. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm the same guy. It's the right thing to do to bring awareness to these situations. By the time she disappeared, Naziah Harris was pregnant at 13 years old. Text messages and records revealed that Jarvis Butts was aware of said pregnancy. He searched online, according to the prosecution, for abortion pills. He searched for drinking red antifreeze. And this is all in the prosecution's paperwork. Imagine wanting to give a 13-year-old girl red antifreeze because of what your motherfucking ass done did. I got a good little spoiler alert at the end. Prosecutors believed that Jarvis Butts attempted a homemade abortion on Naziah Harris. And when things went terribly wrong, instead of getting her help, he told her to go to school the next day. Everything's going to be all right. And he picked her up when she got off the school bus. And we never saw her again. Her body has never been found while I record this video. In February 2026, Jarvis Butts pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, and he was sentenced to 35 to 60 years in federal prison. 2 weeks later, after Jarvis Butts pled guilty, he was found dead. He was found dead in prison. Allegedly of his own affliction. Naziah Harris' family thought that was bittersweet, considering that he was the last person that saw the little girl alive, the last person that would know where her body is so they can give her a proper burial. Naziah Harris. Denisha Delancey. This is recent. Just last month, March 2026. She down there in St. Martin hanging out with her friends. 29 years old, Florida State University alumni. Traveled to St. Martin, going to hang out with her sister for her sister's birthday. And on the first night out, she meet a man at the club. When it's time to go home after some drinks, after some partying, Denisha Delancey rode off with this man instead of going back with the private driver that her sister booked for the group. The sister and the rest of the friends, they went with the other girls that went, on a birthday party and a birthday trip. They was brought back safely by the private driver that was hired by the sister to drive the group back and forth. Hours later, the driver called. Something was wrong. The driver said that Denisha's car had been ambushed, flipped off the road. When I do mean flipped, I mean action-packed thriller flipped. The man she was with, now identified as Quincy Damon Sylvester, was the target of an alleged ambush. Surveillance footage, and I will have a little video to have all the B-roll footage for all of this. Surveillance footage showed that he had been watching this club all night, right? And someone at the club was watching him. Unknown individuals is what the report says. He was suspected of being connected to criminal operations, maybe criminal families, cartels, etc., allegedly. Denisha Delancey, she didn't know about any of this. So she on the birthday trip, she meet this guy. He's handsome. What they say he was a looker. She's 29 years old. She graduated from Florida State University. She makes a choice. You know what? I'm not going to go back home with these guys. I'm just going to I'm not going back home with the girls. I'm going home with this guy. He's handsome. He seems to be a really good guy. We never see her again. She dies in the ambush that was allegedly meant for someone else. They're saying that the man, Quincy, allegedly did not have a ride out, and he was trying to allegedly use her as a, I guess, like as a cover to get out, right? Nobody knows that, bring your car around, I'm gonna get in real quick. We can head out. Let's get out of here. They popped that car up. Now, originally I wasn't gonna do a reaction to this video, but I think it's important because her sister, her blood sister, has spoken about this. Apparently, the lamestream media is not giving her any attention. So I'm going to show you guys the video. I'm gonna show you guys the video of her sister. And it's sad. To be honest with you guys, this is very sad. Let me see if I have it. Here we go.
I'm on my way to see my sister, so I thought now would be the perfect time to get on here and say something, because there is just too much victim blaming going on. No matter how y'all try to spin a story, no matter if y'all blaming me, y'all blaming her, whatever, it does not fucking matter. Y'all don't know me and y'all don't know her. And I'm trying to get on here and not curse as much, but y'all really got us fucked up. It doesn't matter however y'all feel, what coulda, shoulda, whatever. It doesn't matter. An innocent life was taken in that fucking island. Don't want to do shit about it because they're trying to save face for their tourists. It doesn't fucking matter. We want justice because y'all have an active fucking gang war going on over there between St. Martin and Trinidad. Y'all don't want people to fucking know about it. So all the victim blaming needs to stop, because no matter what, we want fucking justice. And I don't even get on here and do shit like this, but y'all got my sister fucked up. And again, I'm trying not to curse, but stop. All we want is justice. For one, I'm not giving y'all the story time, but for one, Them fucking people lied to us when we first got there. They told us that it was a car accident. Whole time they fucking knew my sister had got shot. They tried to make it seem like, oh, it was just an accident, whatever. If it was not for our driver, we would not know shit. We learned more from the locals than we did from the police. And still to this day, they're trying to keep us out the loop. They don't want to tell us shit. It was not until this story or whatever got some traction that they wanted to update their news site, call her mom, say, oh, we have this person in custody or whatever. But before that, it was fucking crickets from them. They were so nasty to us. When they told me and my girlfriend, they were so nasty. They had no sympathy, no nothing, no empathy, no nothing. They tell us the news, oh, she's been in an accident, and we, reacting, crying, whatever. And they're looking at us like we're fucking crazy, like, okay, y'all can't sit in here and do this. Y'all got to get the fuck out of my office. That's literally how they treated us, and that's how we felt. We was asking for answers for days. It was not until I went back the next day and asked them, was she shot? Because the fucking driver, our private driver, told us that. He told us everything. Everything we already knew before we got there what was up, but they did not want to tell us nothing. They wanted to lie and say it was a car accident to save fucking face for those tourists, because they did not want it to get out that an American innocent female had been murdered. All we want is justice for my sister. I don't give a fuck how y'all feel. I don't give a fuck how y'all want to turn a narrative on her and say that she could have did this, should have did this. It doesn't fucking matter. She was innocent and did not deserve that shit. Justice for Denisha.
Justice for Denisha. I have no knowledge of a Trinidadian war with St. Martin, nor can I confirm any war. But I agree with you, Lala. These stories are heartbreaking. I could dwell in my selfishness and talk to y'all about how sometimes I feel betrayed, because even when I do stories like this, I'm gonna meet a black woman and she's gonna say, nigga, you don't do shit for black women. You don't stand up for you just like the rest of these niggas. I'm gonna have to sit there and take that shit and then come back here and do more research and spend, cause it takes time to do these videos. I'm not just fucking freeballing it. So I spend so much of my private life, my private time trying to do right by people who almost never appreciate you, and you just, I don't know, you just keep going. I felt bad for this young lady because like she's publicly doing everything she can to get, justice for her sister. Her sister was a 29-year-old Florida State University alumni. It's not just a regular woman. This woman was out here doing amazing things. And I'm not going to accuse the city of St. Martin of what she's saying, because I don't want to get striked. Let me make that very clear. I don't want to get any legal issues. So let me hypothetically and allegedly say what I feel. I feel like she's right. I feel like y'all make probably millions of dollars. I don't know how much it costs to go to St. Martin. I've never been to St. Martin. But they probably make millions of fucking dollars off tourism down there. And I've never been to Trinidad. But I hear that Trinidadians are crazy, allegedly. And if there is some type of beef between warring cartels and it led to this woman dying, the driver said that her car was flipped off the road. That nigga down there talking like motherfucking Tweety Bird. Everybody, he talked to the police, talked to every goddamn body. He was the one that named, oh yeah, his name is Quincy. Again, it just goes to show that no matter, because they say American system don't love black women. No, we have a world. We have a world where black women are not appreciated. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, and Mills is very sad. And rest in peace to your moms too. Rest in peace to your moms. Robert said, "What would you do if drafted?" I guess I would have to go. I don't know. I can't go against my country. That would certainly be me getting arrested, right? So um if I got drafted, I'll probably just be forced to go. I don't know. But anyway, man, rest in peace to Lady Denisha. And sorry that her sister has to, deal with this, and deal with this situation, and mourn her sister without no more Thanksgivings, no more trips, no more just having your sister to call on. Like, I wouldn't like listen, my sisters are twins. I couldn't imagine this shit happening to one of them. I know the other one, they would break down, bro. I'll break down. It's my sisters. That brings us to that brings us to the number one story that's going around as of lately. Ashlee Jenae. Covered it yesterday, covering it again, probably cover it again tomorrow. Tanzania, April 2026. This one is still raw, still unresolved. Ashlee Jenae, born Ashlee Robinson, was 31 years old. Miami-based lifestyle influencer is what people were calling her. I believe she was selling coochie. I'm being honest. I'm not shaming her, but I believe that's why those two individuals came into contact. She had just, however, gotten engaged to a man named Joe McCann, and I was watching someone's content earlier, and they was highlighting how, as a woman, she wasn't excited. He wasn't excited. Like, this is his fiance. He's madly in love, but when she dies, he don't even call the family. So it's just a lot of stuff. And I'm the kind of person. You ever see that one kid where it's a whole bunch of people talking in a room, running their fucking mouth, and that one kid is on his like Nintendo Switch, listening? That's me. That's me. And I'm taking all this information in. I'm saying, wow, this makes fucking sense, because we have a photograph of him staring at her with this blank stare, like he want to fucking murder her. After the proposal, right, days later, she was found dead, allegedly in her hotel, because some people are saying that she was found dead at a tree. But regardless, she was found dead in Tanzania while on vacation. Joe McCann said to Tanzanian authorities that she died by suicide, that she died by hanging. So he let her just choke. There's another thing that somebody said earlier. So you watch her choke while you just walked away and let me go get somebody and help with this one. You never thought, I'm big and strong as fuck. Let me put a rope down. Let me cut the rope. I don't know. Let me go and just hold her up. Anything. Right? Hey, Google. Hey, Siri. Fuck. You motherfuckers. If it was life or death, I'd be dying. Nobody believes that this young lady, this beautiful chocolate queen, mother of the earth, actually deleted herself. Tanzanian police, they're fucking stupid enough or being paid off enough to believe it, because they confirmed that there had been an altercation between Ashlee and her fiance before her death. So that would give motive. Shout out to my brother Angry Man, because we're going to go there next. Her family found out that she was dead from the hotel staff, not from her motherfucking fiance, Joe McCann. I couldn't imagine my princesses, either one of them, Leia or Aliyah, go to anywhere in the world for the most part with they white zaddy, and something happened and you don't give me a call, I feel so disrespected that I will have absolutely no choice but to crash all the way out. Her father in the interview that I won't even play, I saw someone else play it because I don't want people being attacked because of me. I saw someone else play it, and that man was getting no respect. And I'm gonna put this out there, like I said in her chat. Father's not respected today, not in this community. Don't give a fuck. People have more respect for fathers that they don't know than the ones that's next to them that's doing the work. Fathers are not respected. Leadership is toxic today. Now, because I don't know, back in the day, the people that protected people were leaders, right? But now they want protection, but they don't want leadership. I don't understand. And I don't want to understand it either. Low key. As long as you don't fuck with mine, you can keep your head and we'll be fine. Simple as that. Let's continue though. The staff told her family that she was dead 11 hours after her death. Very old screenshots emerge showing that Ashlee Jenae had received anonymous warnings urging her to be careful about her new man. As of today, no charges or arrests has been made or filed. No autopsy results has been released to the public. Her body, because people were saying it's gonna cost a lot of money for her body to come here. I mean, yeah, but guess what? Spoiler alert, her body is still in Tanzania. Now I want one of you internet investigating niggas to prove that wrong. Her body is still in Tanzania. Her family is fighting to get her body here right now. Anybody who has the money or the resources to help with that, you might want to do something about that because she need the help. Just that simple. They need the help. Ashlee Jenae, born Ashlee Robinson, they need them. They need help bringing that woman body back. Just giving you all the information, So let's pull it back for a second, because everything that I'm describing isn't just a string of bad luck. This is a pattern, and it's backed by data, which is what I love. Black women are murdered at 6 times the rate of white women, 6 times. And I did the research. Go watch the video. We broke down the numbers the other day, me and my wife. Black women make up about 14% of the female population of the United States of America. But Black women account for over 31% of all females deleted by males, according to FBI data. Pregnant Black women are 11 times more likely to be victims of femicide than pregnant white women. 11 times more. Because people act like that's not nothing. Okay, Black man, I want you to go to work and I want you to do the same job as the white man, but we're going to pay him 11 times more, daddy. He going to get 11 times more of the pussy. 11 times. In Wisconsin, for example, where Sade Robinson was deleted, Black women are up to 20 times more likely to be deleted more than a white woman, and that's in Wisconsin.
$20.
Let me go and get ready. I'm gonna take me a shower and get the fuck out of here soon. However, you would be surprised to believe, or maybe some of you won't, but there is no national database properly tracking tracking the deaths of Black women. There is no national database, or maybe you know what? Let me write that down because that might be an app idea. Let me go ahead and write that down. Let me text my brother right now. All right, yep. Long brother's about to be rich. Give us 10 years. All right. As I said, there's no national database properly tracking the deaths of Black women. There is no federal task force that is properly tracking the deaths of Black women. There is no sustained media campaign that properly tracks the death of Black women. One researcher said it plainly, quote, "For any other health disparity of this magnitude, we will be drawn due attention and invest in appropriate resources. But since it's Black women lives at stake, the issue fades to the background." End quote. Let's talk about the history for a second, guys. This didn't just come out of nowhere. It has a history, a deliberate one. Now, and I hate even talking about this time period, but during slavery, Black women bodies were legal property. They could be assaulted, sold, deleted, and the law did little to absolutely nothing to recognize Black women suffering as suffering because they were property. There was no word for grape, and during this time period, there was no word for assault during this time period. The law simply didn't care. Most of it was misogynistic anyway. It wasn't like it was women being police officers looking out for women's best intentions. This created, I guess you would say, a template, a cultural script, as you can say, where Black women pain wasn't real, or it wasn't important. Pick your poison. And any issues that they found themselves in was their own fault. Right? After emancipation, the legal protections that began emerging for women rarely extended to Black women. The things that happened, such as rape, were prosecuted at far lower rates. The deletions drew far less outrage from citizens who actually had influence in the actual city. Then, my favorite part, the stereotypes. The Jezebel, the hypersexual, the ungrapeable, the unassaultable, the sapphire aggressive woman, the city girl, the undeserving, the one who don't need love or tenderness. These these different stereotypes, they weren't just names. It's the type of shit that they do to black men too. It's a legal and a cultural cover for violence and racism, right? All the chats always be. I mean, all the trolls be in the chat chilling, man. Anyway, of course, there's the strong black woman trope. The idea that black women are built for suffering. I saw somebody do a show today say, black men not happy unless they see a black woman suffering, unless they see a black bitch down on her knees suffering. I said, damn, like, I don't want to see no black woman suffer. I have daughters, right? I'm married, and my wife daughter, I look at her like a daughter too. Why would I want to see her suffering? But I think, and I really had to sit back on this because it's so easy to get offended and it's so easy to attack. It's hard to self-reflect. It's hard to say maybe this person has been jaded by the things that they have been through, and it has caused them to have a warped reality of men. There are men that don't think of black women and they think of the strong black woman trope. The idea that black women are built for suffering, the idea that black women don't need protecting, that black women can handle everything them fucking selves. And when we tell black women that it's a compliment, it's some of us that understand that there are black women that, despite having their own independence, despite having their own autonomy, despite having their own money, they still enjoy, you know, everything that comes with having a good man, whatever that is to you, whatever a good man is to you, right? They still understand, like, despite being an independent woman, they enjoy being courted. They enjoy being held. And then obviously we have the sexualization / adultification, because that's another one, adultification of black girls and black minors. This is a documented psychological phenomenon where black girls as young as 5 are perceived as older, more mature, less innocent than white girls that same age. Look at the young lady we talked about earlier, Naziah Harris. She had been abused by a man in his 30s since she was 11 years old. How do you adultify an 11-year-old? And the question somehow becomes, online, right, by these Manosphere niggas, what did she do? How did her mama let her become like this? It's never, why would this man adultify a woman? Adultify a child into a woman. It's never, we should keep this man locked up forever. And that's where the Manosphere is deadly. Right? This specific, deliberate online ecosystem that profits from the dehumanization of black women. Let's just be honest. This network of online communities built around the idea that feminism has victimized men, that women are the enemy, and that male domination should be reclaimed at all costs. Cynthia G used to say that males wanted dominance, especially black males. Black men wanted dominance by default. Incels, the red pill, MGTOW, which is men going their own way, PUA, which is the pickup artist. But the black manosphere, no matter which group you're talking about or subgroup you're talking about, they all have one specific target, and it is the black woman, the black baby mama, the black woman who prioritized education and business over being somebody's wife. The language that is used in these spaces, if I'm being blunt with you, they call black women bitches, strags, hyenas, demons, refer to them as filthy, disease-ridden women on the planet, right? You guys remember, hold on, breaking news. To Latrice, the commissioner of Zanzibar, or is that it? Zanzibar has announced John McCain has been arrested. That's the first step. It's getting justice for Shorty. That's the first step. Getting justice for Shorty. Because this is why I've always hated the Manosphere. People thought I was just grifting. No, I don't really like them niggas, because when y'all perpetuate violence towards black women, one of these niggas might see this shit, and I don't want to end up like Lawrence Smith Fields' brothers, or I don't want to end up like Ashlee Jenae's father. I don't want to end up like none of that shit, bro, because I would lose my fucking. I can't go through that. I don't even know what I would do, bro, but I know it'll get so fucking dark. And I pray the Lord never put me through something like that. Like, I don't know, maybe Aegon and Asher would be more tempered for events like that. But the only way that I know to meet events like that is with repercussions. There has to be repercussions. And I can't allow some white man with a gavel to do it. It has to be by my own hands. That's just what it is. If I had to die doing it, so fucking be it. It is what it is. When it comes to the Manosphere, these channels, these panels, and these little shows operating in this specific space, they have low-key accumulated hundreds of millions of views. Hundreds of millions of views. For example, the late Kevin Samuels built a multi-million-dollar platform around rigidly traditional gender roles and this open contempt for black women. Fresh and Fit, ran by Myron and Fresh, aka known as Walter. Them niggas generated over almost 300 million views before being demonetized. So what I like to tell people is, young kids, they're not watching CNN these days. They're not watching fucking what is it called? They're not watching MSNBC or MTV and BET like we was. We was watching BET, we was watching MTV, we was watching VH1. They're not watching any of that shit. They're watching YouTube. They're watching Rumble. They're watching Twitch, right? They're watching TikTok. And information is pulled from there. This rhetoric isn't just staying on the screen, though. Red pill communities, they have discussions in real life. They come together in real life. They have these conclaves in real life where sexual assault will be framed along, in those little groups as a natural solution to male grievance. Right? They openly discuss beating women, openly discuss a lot of stuff that really I'm not comfortable talking about right now. The dude Maxwell Anderson and Sade Robinson, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, he was photographed. He photographed an incapacitated Sade Robinson, right? Before deleting her. That is what the culture of dehumanization produces in the real world. When we tell you guys, and I gotta take the goddamn comments off anyway. When we tell you guys that you You shouldn't be online dehumanizing black women like right now. They're like, oh yeah, Ashlee, she was a swirler, so now she can swirl in heaven. She was the white man got her out of there. She's supposed to be with a black man. It's like that is really fucking dehumanizing. It never occurred to Maxwell Anderson that this is the 19-year-old girl. This is my child. They would have had to take me out the fucking game. He would have been fucked. Literally. When Shanquella Robinson friends watched her, beat her, didn't stop. This is what happens when we have an entire community that has been taught repeatedly over these YouTube airwaves, over radio airwaves, that black women don't fucking matter. Black lives don't fucking matter. Black women lives don't fucking matter. That's what the Manosphere teaches. That's why I told Angry Man I'm going to review his video, because I agree with him. This is not our fault. What happened with Ashlee Jenae, but the Manosphere has to take accountability for the role that they have played in situations that lead up to this. The dehumanization of black women led to shit like this. And that's why I try to tell Angry Man, I think it'd be a good conversation to have, being that he's one of the like the last OGs left, you know, from the original days, and me and him to have a really good history. I think it'd be beneficial to say, you know what, some of us was fucking up, right? I'm gonna reach out to Cellulite Podcast. Maybe he'll wanna do it like send me like a 10-minute clip of that shit about that dude Joseph. You know, I reached out to Hamp. I said, Hamp, I was banned from your panels, but this nigga Joseph was in Michigan in his fucking 40s, I believe, if I can remember right, almost 35, 40, whatever. And they had this nigga Joseph going to court for fucking with a 12-year-old girl, going up to Dairy Queen, getting ice cream cones, going to motherfucking football and soccer games at a high school, cuz. That's what I'm saying. And he's sitting up on panels on fucking YouTube giving relationship advice. When that nigga used to be at Fight Club, I had to leave because that nigga was always off. He used to call himself the misogynist. And I'm like, so you hate women? No, I don't hate women. So why you call yourself the misogynist? Because I hate women. Yeah, let me get the fuck from around this nigga, bro. This nigga's crazy, B. Yeah, I have, I mean, I can't say it without a doubt, but I reach out to say, like, and if they got the video, if it's like on the members only, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, maybe they get like a short clip of it, but yeah, they caught that nigga, bro. They caught that nigga, man. When black women have been failed by so many systems, and then we have black men, white men, Asian men, don't matter. They have internalized so much of the dehumanization directed at black women. You'll be surprised how many of these individuals align with the ideology of the Manosphere. I was looking at this motherfucker named Joe McCon, who officially, you know, we say he got arrested. Shout out to Toot. But I wonder, was he a Andrew Tate fan? Was he a fucking Charlie Kirk fan? Is he a Donald Trump fan? We living in a dark fucking age, y'all. And our ancestors, they fought and they died. Dr. King got fucking shot. Malcolm X got fucking shot. If it means that we need to die to better the course of our country, then so be it. So be it. But something need to be done. And this is where we have a call to action. Because my wife gonna be home soon. And I'm about to go take me a shower and get ready to go to work. What do we do next? The first thing we can do is speak these women names. Not just the ones who trend. Not just the ones who were Instagram models, but every single one of them. Starting with this one, Brenda Rawls. 53-year-old woman died the same day as Lauren Smith Fields in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Nobody talked about her because she didn't have a fat ass and big titties. But Brenda Rawls died that day. Naziah Harris, Detroit, Michigan, 13 years old, pregnant when she died. Pregnant by a 30-year-old man, 35, whatever, 37, whatever year old man who was her cousin's father. Denisha Delancey car riddled with bullets flipped in St. Martin. St. Martin has said that it was a car accident. She was having too much fun because they want to cover up to make sure that they keep getting tourism money. Make sure you say these women names. Secondly, demand accountability from institutions. Demand accountability from police departments when they fail to notify families that their daughters are dead. Demand accountability and demand consequences. When the FBI closes a case after a black woman is beaten to death on a video, in Shanquella Robinson situation, there must be a public reckoning. Next, as far as the Ashlee Jenae case, we need to follow it like shit. I mean, like flies sticking to shit. Today, her family's still fighting. The body of Ashlee Jenae is still in Tanzania to this day because her family can't afford it. The investigation is still open, still ongoing. We need to keep the pressure on. And yes, it is exhausting. I can be running my numbers up talking about Anton Daniels. If you have sisters, if you have daughters, if you have friends who are women, it's about time you had a really tough conversation with them people about every time they step out the house, are you really safety planning? When you travel, are you really safety planning? Are you prepared to try to harm somebody and make sure you preserve your life? Do you have safety systems so we can track you? The fact that we don't have a lot of these systems in place to protect us often end up hurting people. The last one is this. This one is for black men. Or all men, I should say. Examine the content that you consume. Examine the music that you listen to. And let me tell y'all something right now. Like, it was like when I got to Central Michigan University, let me go off script and improv for a second. When I got to Central Michigan University, I met people that they just wanted to be gangsters so bad. I'm getting to motherfucking Central Michigan. My brother, he in jail. My mama, she in Brightmoor in Detroit, in the ghetto, nigga, in the projects. I get up here and I'm watching these niggas I'm watching these niggas, mommy and daddy, bring them gift boxes and shit. Going to gift box. Damn, man, you got me new clothes, shoes, food, Pop Tarts, candy bars, school books paid for, PlayStation 5. I thought you said you was a street nigga, bro. Oh yeah, bro, I catch a body every other weekend. You think this shit is a game, don't you? Think shit is a game. Don't appreciate life. Don't appreciate the life that people was built for them. Y'all need to examine what you consume. Most of y'all niggas are hoes. Most of y'all niggas are civilians, and you should be proud to be one, nigga. You should be proud to not have to deal with trauma that comes along with a lifestyle, that comes along with choices that you don't even want to have to make, nigga. Do you really want to be? Do you want to have your hand and be in a situation where if you pull your fucking finger back, somebody is gone, nigga? Do you want to be in that situation? You think that's cool? You think that you're gonna be Johnny Depp, nigga, and get a fucking a fucking plaque on the fucking Hall of Fame? And what do you think you're gonna become, nigga? Al Capone? Oh, let me. Warner Brothers gonna buy your story and do a movie about your bitch ass? No, you're gonna be a dead nigga, or you're gonna be a traumatized one. The same fucking thing, basically. A lot of them young men that was down there, bro, they consume content that is detrimental, and the Manosphere is the most detrimental content to young men that exist today. I just found out about Look Maxing. Fucking Clavicular is selling $1,000 fucking courses. Beat your face in with a hammer, fellas, and your fucking bones will grow back, and you will look like a fucking Ashton Kutcher. But as always, the punchline is Black women are the problem. The 7 women that I named today and the young lady were not statistics before they were killed. They were daughters. They were dreamers. Ashlee Jenae was newly engaged and glowing. Sade Robinson was weeks away from her graduation. Naziah Harris was 13 years old and had her entire life ahead of her. They deserve the full weight of your outrage, not your sympathy, not your empathy, your outrage. They deserve your resources. I would like to see if we really give a fuck about Black people, and I'm gonna reach out to people who are big in this space. I want to pay for Ashlee Jenae's funeral. If her body is still in Tanzania, as they're saying, we as the community should give her a proper burial. If this was Beyonce or Rihanna, people would be donating dollars like for motherfuckers that they don't even know. They don't give a fuck because they, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I made sure that little Bow Wow got cremated. Yeah, can't stand y'all niggas, bro. I'm gonna reach out to some people and see if we can make that happen, dog. You feel me? People that deserve to be alive, dead now. At the very least we can do is put them in the ground properly and refuse to let their names disappear from the algorithm. So if this video meant anything to you guys, I'm gonna do the Angry Man video in a pre-recording. If this video meant anything to you, just share it. Not for the algorithm, but for the women that was mentioned in this video, so people can say, oh, this happened and that happened. But people who don't know their names And also, um, the one favor I am going to ask for you guys, right? If you don't want to send a Cash App, if you don't got the Cash App, that's fine. If you don't like hitting the like button because your hands are alerted to the like button, fuck it. Fuck it. But the one thing that I am going to ask is at the end of this video, leave all 7 names. All 7 names in the comment. Right? For those who don't know, let me say it again myself. Ashlee Jenae, Lauren Smith Fields, Brenda Rawls, Shanquella Robinson, Sade Robinson, Naziah Harris, and Denisha Delancey. That's all. Share the video. Simp God out of here. Have a good day, ladies and simps.